Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brennan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at how much does Shopify cost? What is the Shopify pricing plans and options when it comes to signing up for Shopify for your business or e-commerce store or whatever website that you're looking to get started in building an online store with Shopify. So that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video, taking a look at all the different pricing options, features, pricing plans, and everything that Shopify has to offer. Now, before we dive into things, of course, I do want to mention if you do want to sign up with Shopify, you can go and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brennanvleski.com/Shopify. It will take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. And currently, as of the time of making today's video, they also have a bonus period where you can get signed up for $1 a month. So you can try Shopify for free, sign up for the free trial and then enjoy your first month for just $1. That's currently, again, the offer that they have as of the time of making today's video. And you can go ahead and check that out again at that first link in the video description. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into Shopify's pricing and all the different setup plans and options that you have. And this is an updated video as well, taking a look at what they currently have to offer. Now, we're going to be taking a look at the cheapest and then all the way up to the most expensive. So to actually get to the cheapest plan and what Shopify has, you have to do a little bit of digging, and it's actually the Shopify starter plan. This is the cheapest way to get started with Shopify. I have done a more in-depth video going over the Shopify starter plan. If you are interested in that, again, right now it is starting at $5 a month. Now, this is a much more limited version of Shopify because you don't actually get like a whole full-blown e-commerce store and website, but you are able to list products for sale and you're able to sell them through social media as well as messaging apps through a more basic version of an online store. So that is the Shopify starter plan. That is the cheapest plan to get started with Shopify. It is a relatively newer plan. They've only offered it in more recent years. It hasn't been around for too long. So it is a great way for beginners, just to get started. And the nice thing about the starter plan compared to maybe other companies out there as well is that because it is through Shopify and it is their starter plan, you can actually upgrade to other plans in the future if you do want to, maybe you're just a brand new beginner and you want to start out with a low monthly cost. That is a way to get started, and then you can upgrade your store in the future to a full-blown website with a regular basic Shopify plan or anything else that you want as well. That's one of the nice things about Shopify is you can easily, switch and migrate between different plans pretty easily, and you won't lose your data either. It'll all be inside your Shopify dashboard, so you still get a lot of those capabilities even with the starter plan, again, so you don't have to start everything from scratch just because you started with sort of like a different, cheaper plan. It will scale with you as your business grows in the future. So that is one thing to keep in mind as well. And after the starter plan, the next cheapest plan that Shopify has to offer is their basic plan. Now, if you want to get the cheaper pricing on any of their other plans, again, we have the Shopify, that is the basic most popular plan. And that is currently $29 USD per month, billed once yearly. If you want to get the $29 a month plan, which has been around for a long time, you do have to pay yearly now in order to get that pricing. Otherwise, if you are just paying out monthly on Shopify, it is actually $39 a month. So you are going to be paying more to be billed monthly versus being billed annually. That is a way to save, 25% roughly on your different Shopify plans. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, for the basic plan, realistically, for most people, if you're wanting a full-blown website, most entrepreneurs, most people with a, e-commerce store, a brand, you're looking to get started with your online store, the basic plan is great for most people. That's really ultimately the plan that most people need. You really don't need much more than that, and we'll get into the specifics of why you may need something more than the basic plan. But for most people getting started, as long as you know that you want an actual website, that's how you can easily decide between the starter plan and the basic plan. Because if you want an actual website, you got to go up to the basic plan at least to get a full-blown e-commerce website that you can add things to, like apps or different features, and just really creating an entire website. Then you would need to go with the basic plan. And that is their most popular plan. Now, it does come with, different features as far as, different card rates and shipping discounts. These are the things that Shopify also highlights here, because these are really the key differences between the plans. So ultimately, the biggest decision for most people, if you're looking at maybe the basic one compared to the Shopify plan, the advanced plan, and we'll get into Plus a little bit later, because if you probably already see the sticker price, it is quite expensive. But for basic, Shopify, and advanced, the biggest differences between those three is if you need certain staff accounts, as well as if you're going to be handling enough volume where the math actually makes sense, where you will save enough money per month on the credit card rates. Especially, this is really when you're going to be processing a lot of payments. So if you're you maybe already have a consistent traffic to your business and you're looking to build out a new store, or even if you're just getting started from scratch, like over time, that's how you can make those decisions on purely just a math basis on saving money on the card rates. It really is just a simple formula, going in and seeing how much, overall transaction volume that you're going through. And then that's how you can make the decision between going from like basic, Shopify, or advanced. Because realistically, most of the differences between the basic, Shopify, and advanced plans are really just mainly in the credit card rates, as well as the additional staff accounts. As you can see, you get 5 over 15. And, you do get a little bit more custom reporting and analytics inside the advanced plan, but ultimately for a scaling business, the main thing is really just the card rates. Like in terms of actually customizing your website, as well as the shipping discounts. There are also shipping discounts, so I did want to mention that. Realistically, on the back end of editing your Shopify store, there's ultimately not that much difference between basic, Shopify, and advanced. Like your website and your Shopify store is going to more or less look the same unless you pay for, any other themes and designers and apps and additional functionality. And all of that is separately billed or priced outside of the regular Shopify plans. Now, the Shopify plans do come with free themes that you can use on your store. But in terms of like really getting extra functionality, you're really just looking at those % discounts for the most part on the different Shopify plans. Again, themes, apps, other add-ons that you want to do, those are all, separately priced outside of the regular Shopify plans. So do bear that in mind. There are potential other costs that you might be quote unquote hidden costs with Shopify, are the apps and potentially paid themes. Now, you don't necessarily need a paid theme. In my opinion, the free themes on Shopify are fantastic. Maybe you pay a designer to edit it for you or something like that. And maybe for some of the Shopify apps, you might find those to be essential. But really, that's more down the road type of things that you will maybe just come across naturally. But those are other costs. You might spend an extra $50 a month for certain apps and whatnot. Now, most people, you don't necessarily need certain apps. You can get away with free apps or even just no apps on your Shopify store. But that is just an extra cost that I figured I would mention as well, that you might want to keep in mind or take into account, that you might have like sort of like a hidden cost with Shopify. Again, you don't necessarily need those either. Really, you will be just fine, even just on a basic Shopify store with no extra apps, because Shopify, especially over the last few years, has really done a good job of integrating a lot of those third-party things just into the basic Shopify plan. So you don't really need too much external functionality. So again, going between basic, Shopify, and advanced, it's really the discounts, in my opinion, are the biggest differences between them in terms of what you might need for each of them. Now, beyond the regular basic, Shopify, and advanced plans, there are also a couple other plans that Shopify does have to offer as well. We'll get into Plus in just a moment. We'll get into Plus last, but there is also the Shopify retail plan that I did want to mention as well. So if you are going to be doing in-person sales and you plan on having like a point of sale system or, a cash register, things like that. That is where the retail plan comes into place. It's more for point of sale systems and utilizing the in-person selling tools, as well as you can see here with their advanced staff, inventory, and loyalty features. Again, this starts at $89 a month, so it is a bit more expensive, especially compared to maybe other platforms out there. But this is their retail plan. So if you plan on having, pop-up shops, things like that, or you need the point of sale hardware, that's the Shopify plan for you. Again, they label this as like an alternative solution for your business. Again, if you need point of sale features, then that would be the retail plan. I get not necessarily everybody, necessarily needs the point of sale systems if you're just planning on having an online store. But if you do plan on selling in person, then their POS systems are, an extra cost and thing to consider when you're looking at the different plans and pricing options within Shopify. As well. So again, they do have the POS systems. Now for the plus side of things, this is the most expensive beyond if you're just looking at sticker price compared to enterprise level plans. That's sort of like a, hey, contact us type of deal. So if you're not an enterprise level client for Shopify, then they also do have Shopify Plus. Now, this is a lot more expensive. This is really for more complex, established businesses. Again, I get that's not most people probably watching this video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But Shopify Plus does start at $2,300 a month on a 3-year term. As you can see here, it is available on a 1 or 3-year term. Now, Shopify Plus does give you much faster website processing, everything just way quicker. It's just really, again, it comes down to traffic volume and how much sales you plan on driving through your Shopify business. Again, it is built around, high volume merchants, so they can give you even more competitive rates. Again, this does depend on your industry as well, because card rates can vary depending on certain company industries and things like that. And so those card rates will be, potentially likely even better than what you would get with like basic Shopify or advanced. And at that point, again, it just becomes a simple math equation as to figuring out how much volume you plan on processing, and then does that make sense in the monthly pricing. That's really the biggest factor, in my opinion, when you're choosing between a lot of these Shopify plans, especially once you go beyond the basic or the starter plan, or even POS systems, and if you don't need POS systems. Again, you have your POS Pro in the retail option, or even POS Lite can be included as well in the starter version. So it just depends on what you need. As far as if you need point of sale, again, it just depends. You can always start out with POS Lite and then upgrade, to POS Pro if you do need more features for your in-person selling, as far as like multiple locations, inventory, staff management, much more complicated features beyond just processing simple payments. You can still process simple payments with the POS Lite, but if you do need, more advanced features beyond even just the basic features within the POS hardware, such as the profiles and things like that, that is what you would get in the POS Pro. And that's something that you would find more traditionally in other more advanced point of sale companies out there as well. That becomes then Shopify becomes a more comparable option compared to other companies that don't even really focus as much on e-commerce, that are more focused around point of sale. So yeah, those are the main differences there. Again, with Plus, it is a bit more, focused around global selling as well. So if you are planning on selling to more than just, the US market or within your local market, you also have that available there, as well as multiple different inventory locations. So if you're shipping out inventory from maybe different warehouses and things like that, if your business is more complicated, ultimately that might be a better plan for you. Again, within Shopify, and they do also have enterprise level commerce. This is the type of stuff that you get more if you have to contact them, and it's available upon request. That's more like custom website development, and that's going to cost you a lot more money. But for most people watching this video, if you're just stuck between like the starter plan, the basic plan, and then maybe some of the other more costly, I would say that the basic, Shopify, and advanced are probably, the more popular choices as far as deciding between them. Hopefully this video kind of helped you get a general overview. In terms of all the different features that are available, you can dive into this specifically. I will leave, links down in the video description as well. Again, you have your staff accounts as a main thing as well, but realistically, most of the basic features are going to be in the base version of Shopify. Beyond some of the more discount-based features, again, that are more volume-based. So really, if you have the volume, cool, go for the higher plans. If you don't necessarily need that, then you could go with the basic version, and you're still going to be able to manage your shipping, payments, and process everything like you would with a normal Shopify store. So they do give you a lot of the ultimately a lot of the features included even just in the base version of Shopify. So you really don't have to, spend too much feeling like, oh, maybe I went with one and I didn't get the same level of features. Really is more about the discounts ultimately when you scale up with the different plans, again, beyond just the starter and the basic plans. So again, guys, I hope you found this video helpful comparing the different Shopify plans and pricing. Again, if you do want to get started with Shopify, you can go check out that first link down below in the video description. That's BrendonValesky.com/Shopify. Take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.